What's up, my YouTube family? It's your boy Roberto checking in with another video, guys. So we got some stuff to talk about, man. We got some stuff to talk about. Um, so Nancy Pelosi, guys, I made a video about this before, talking about how World War III is possibly going to start with Nancy Pelosi going to visit Taiwan. Um, with all the threats from China, she had kind of stopped talking about it. She didn't give a specific date. People didn't know whether she was still going to go visit Taiwan or not, and it just came in. She announced, it was announced through Taiwan's media, that she will be visiting tomorrow, and China is threatening to kill the United States Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi. They are really threatening to kill her, and this is crazy because you wouldn't think that a country would be so serious about one person visiting that they would be willing to start a war with the superpower of the world. Now, every news site you look on is talking about Nancy Pelosi going to Taiwan. CNN has Pelosi expected to visit Taiwan, Taiwanese and U.S. officials say. So Nancy Pelosi did not back down from visiting Taiwan. She will have military personnel escorting her. China's basically been saying that they will invade Taiwan. They will try to kill the Speaker of the House if she does go there. Apparently, she is not scared of that, and she's still going to make her visit, despite all the warnings from the Biden administration, from the Chinese. Which, in all, if she wasn't to visit visit Taiwan, this would make the U.S. look weak because they are scared of the Chinese. It would make the U.S. look like they're scared of the Chinese, and the Chinese are, in control. So they can't back down, and the Chinese can't back down either, because if she does go to Taiwan, and let's say they don't attack, it's going to make them look weak too, because they tried to use intimidation and didn't work. Now, I could tell you what I think can possibly happen now. They wait for Nancy Pelosi to leave, and then they go on with their military operations, and they go to invade Taiwan. Okay, this will take all the attention off of what's going on in Ukraine right now, and we may see Russia speed through the process of annexing Ukraine, or putting in a puppet government, or doing whatever they do. If Nancy Pelosi is assassinated in Taiwan, or is hit by a missile strike or something like that, I can tell you now, this will be the start of World War III, without a doubt. So we may possibly, guys, I made all these predictions saying that it could start within the next couple of years. We may possibly see World War III happening this week. The start of World War III could possibly be this week. Really, the start is going to be when when Ukraine was invaded by Russia. That's going to be the original start date. It's kind of how it happened with, Germany invading Poland in World War II. That was the start of World War II. But, a little later on, after a couple other things happened, that's when they really said, they realized they were in World War II. But this is the same thing, same case. So will Nancy Pelosi be will she be attacked by the Chinese? Will they attempt to assassinate her? Do they already have assassins in Taiwan right now waiting on her? That is a big question. Do they have military personnel already in Taiwan ready to assassinate the United States Speaker of the House? This will be one of the biggest assassinations in history if it does happen. And if the Chinese are brave enough to do this, you will, without a doubt, see the two superpowers of the world going head to head. China versus the U.S. Who would come out on top? Now, it could not happen, but it will make China look very weak because they've been making all these threats. So let's read from this article. The first for a U.S. House Speaker in 25 years is not currently on Pelosi's public itinerary, and comes at a time when U.S. and China relations are already at a low point. The Taiwanese official added that she is expected to stay in Taiwan overnight. So Nancy Pelosi is expected to stay the night in Taiwan. This is super dangerous because they're going to be trying to figure out where she's staying at. They may possibly try to bomb the building that she's staying in. We don't know. Nobody knows where she's going to be staying at. It's a secret. Why? For her safety. And I'm pretty sure they're going to have a lot of U.S. military personnel in Taiwan or in the South China Sea just to keep her protected. I'm telling you guys, tomorrow we're going to see a lot. So pay attention to the news. I know the news can be bogus, but this right here is world tension at its finest. We may possibly see the break of World War III. I'm telling you guys, been warning you about it. It's possibly here. So it's unclear when exactly Pelosi will land in the capital of Taiwan. U.S. officials added that Defense Department officials are working around the clock on monitoring any Chinese movements in the region and securing a plan to keep her safe. During a regular foreign minister briefing Monday, China warned against the roguish political impact of Pelosi planned visit to the self-governing island that China claims is part of its territory and reiterated that its military won't sit by idle if Beijing feels its sovereignty and territorial integrity is being threatened. Well, we would like to tell the U.S. once again that China is standing by and the Chinese People's Liberation Army will never sit idle by. China will take resolute responses and strong countermeasures to defend its sovereignty and territorial integrity. Foreign Minister spokesperson Zhao Lijian told reporters when asked about the fallout from Pelosi leading a congressional delegation to Tempe. So this is China saying they won't sit by and let her sit in Taiwan and nothing not happen. This is an insult to them. And if United States moves forward with it, their army's not going to sit by and allow this. They will go in, meaning they will risk a war with the United States just to defend their territorial integrity. They feel like Taiwan is a part of their mainland China. And that's what this really boils down to. And they feel like because Pelosi's so high ranking, her going to Taiwan is a serious matter to them because she's next in line for presidency. Biden dies, something happens to Kamala Harris. Nancy Pelosi is next in line to be the president. China does not want that. That's like an insult to them to have such a powerful person for such a powerful country coming to their nation island, their breakaway island for their nation. They don't like that. They don't. So we're seeing both sides daring each other. Pelosi had no choice but to continue forward with this because it makes the U.S. look weak if they don't. But in a way, this is what the United States wants. Regardless of what our government says, this is what they want. Because if they can get a war with China right now and they can weaken the Chinese military drastically, there is nobody that can contend with the United States. So if they go to war with China right now, it's an easy win for the United States. That's how they're looking at it. They're still too far ahead of the Chinese army. China has evolved a lot and become a much stronger country military-wise, but they're still not there. But it's going to be, I can tell you now, this will be a very tough war because of how far China is. The United States being so far away, we do have a lot of bases stationed over there, but this is going to be, a lot more countries will get involved in this war. That's another thing. So will we see NATO start attacking China? So right now, NATO's focus is, what Russia's doing. If China so happens to get in a war with the United States over Taiwan and NATO tries to help China, I will give Russia the thumbs up to go ahead and start trying to annex or take over some of these NATO countries like Poland and the Baltic states and Romania and stuff like that. That will give Russia the thumbs up to go in and try to invade and put in puppet governments or annex these countries and make them part of Russia and make a new Soviet Union. So it's a double-edged sword. So NATO really won't be able to necessarily help out the United States like they want to because of what's going on with Russia. So it's so much tension in the world right now. So much tension. So let's read some more. As for what measures, if she dares to go, then let's wait and see, Zhao added. Though China's military did not mention Taiwan, the People's Liberation Army's Eastern Theater Command said it would bury incoming enemies in a video posted online Monday showing off its weaponry and fighting tactics. Firmly stand by and ready for the fighting command. Bury all incoming enemies, and message posted on Weibo said. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken reiterated the administration's line that it is Pelosi's decision whether she visits, adding, "We do not know what the Speaker Pelosi intends to do. Congress is an independent, co-equal branch of the government." Blinken said that the United States on Monday afternoon is the decision is entirely the Speaker's. Blinken said that such a visit has preceded, noting that past speakers and members of Congress have visited Taiwan. And so, if the speaker does decide to visit and China tries to create some kind of crisis or otherwise escalate tension, that would be entirely on Beijing, Blinken said. We are looking for them in the event she decides to visit to act responsibly and not engage in any escalation going forward. National Security Council Coordinator for Strategic Communications John Kirby earlier on Monday that the Biden administration will support Pelosi on a trip to Taiwan. We want to make sure that when she travels overseas, she can do so safely and securely. And we are going to make sure that there is no reason for the Chinese rhetoric. There is no reason for any actions to be taken. It's not uncommon for congressional leaders to travel to Taiwan, Kirby told CNN's Brian Keller on A New Day. We shouldn't be, as a country, we shouldn't be intimidated by a rhetoric of those potential actions. This is an important trip for the speaker to be on, and we are going to do whatever we can to support her, Kirby continued. Asked if the U.S. was prepared for a fallout with China over the visit, Kirby said that there is no change to our policy, no change to our focus on trying to keep a free and safe and open Indo-Pacific. The issue of Taiwan remains one of the most continuous. President Joe Biden and his Chinese counterpart Xi discussed it at a length in a 2-hour and 17-minute phone call on Thursday as tensions mounted between Washington and Beijing. Now, I want to know is if China does decide to invade or bomb, do anything to Taiwan, will they continue? Will they keep it going, or will they just be intimidation? Will they just strike a certain area and then no longer do it anymore, just to prove that, hey, don't play with us, don't let this happen again? Sometimes that intimidation doesn't always work, guys. It does not. So you see a lot of times with these countries, will try to intimidate another country to see how far they can get. And we've seen that with Russia a lot, trying to intimidate NATO, and it doesn't work. So U.S. has been giving China warnings too. U.S. warns China not to turn Pelosi's expected trip to Taiwan into a crisis. Speaker Nancy Pelosi, a longtime China hawk, has not confirmed that she plans to visit Taiwan. So we know she already changed her plans and she's going to Taiwan. If you guys don't know, Nancy Pelosi's never really cared for China. She has not. She's always been a very big critic of China, and she's never really supported China how a lot of the Democrats have in the past. With a lot of anticipated, a lot of anticipation with this visit to her going to Taiwan, is so much attention on what's going on there. We may see something happen elsewhere in the world. But I can tell you right now, before this end of this week, we will know if we're going to see a war between China and the United States over one person, Nancy Pelosi. Will we see Nancy Pelosi be assassinated, or a assassination attempt on her? I think it's highly likely, very highly likely, guys. We may see Speaker Nancy Pelosi either get assassinated or them attempt to assassinate her. It may not happen though, but it's a high possibility that it could happen. So be prepared, guys. We may see the start of World War III over Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi making this visit to Taiwan. Is going to be all on the news when she does get to Taiwan. She is speaking to Taiwan's congressional leaders, I believe, or government leaders, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure if Taiwan's prime minister or president will be there. I'm pretty sure she probably will be. This is scary times, guys, because we don't know if this can trigger a nuclear war. These are two nuclear countries. China doesn't have as many nukes as Russia, but this could possibly end up being a nuclear war. What happens if China decides to nuke Taiwan? That's scary too. That's a whole different thing itself. So we're gonna talk more about this tomorrow when tomorrow comes. And guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and wake up, pay attention. We got a lot more to talk about. Tomorrow's the big day. We're gonna see, will this be the end? Will this will this will this Taiwan and Nancy Pelosi thing really blow off the edge? Will it become something bigger than it's supposed to be? I don't know, but I really think we're going to see. I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen, guys, whether we like it or not. China is serious about Taiwan. There's nothing nobody can tell China. Nancy Pelosi stood her ground. She didn't change route because, like I said, it makes the U.S. look weak. And everybody says the United States is on the decline. Every superpower has its decline. And right now, people feel like the United States is on the decline. So this right here will make it look even. This would be an embarrassing moment for the United States. Even if Speaker Nancy Pelosi is assassinated, this would be very embarrassing for the United States. And you will see the United States try to do anything and everything to embarrass China back. Maybe even try to occupy China. I don't know, guys. But like and subscribe to the channel, guys. I got a lot more coming. I told you guys World War III is on a break. It's going to happen soon. A lot of this stuff is planned. It's a reason why. It's a reason why this is happening. The elites are sitting back enjoying this. Society is about to change. After this week, the world is going to change. Mark my words, guys. Y'all have a good day. Roberto Conspiracy Files checking out. Hit that subscribe button. Turn those notifications on, and y'all have a good day.